Hey, Sussex fam, get ready, because what's unravelling in the royal circus right now is nothing short of explosive. Today, we're unpacking Prince Harry's massive legal battle against associated newspapers, and guess what? New court files are dragging William and Kate right into the mess. That's right, the golden image they've carefully polished for decades is starting to crack, and what's underneath is not pretty. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the Palace PR machine does not want this information getting out. But we're here to make sure you get the full story, no spin, no manipulation, just the raw truth. For years, actually, for more than 2 decades, we've been fed this narrative that William and Kate were the perfect fairy tale couple. Untouched by scandal, adored by the press, living this pristine existence behind palace walls. The future king and his elegant queen, right? Every magazine cover, every glowing headline, every carefully staged photo op reinforced this image. Kate's perfect style. William, the dutiful heir. The couple who can do no wrong. But thanks to Harry's legal team and their relentless pursuit of justice, the truth is finally breaking through those palace walls. Even they were spied on, even they were targeted, even their most private moments were violated by the very tabloids that now pretend to worship them. The difference? They got protection. Harry and Meghan got persecution. This week in London, Harry's lawyers returned to court against Associated Newspapers, the media empire behind the Daily Mail and Mail, on Sunday. These aren't small publications, Sussex fam. We're talking about one of the most powerful press operations in the United Kingdom, with millions of readers and massive political influence. Harry may be 5,000 miles away in California, living his best life with Meghan and their children, but his impact was felt across that courtroom. His presence loomed over every argument, every piece of evidence, every damning document, and he's not standing alone in this fight. Big names, like Sir Elton John, a man who was close friends with Princess Diana and watched her be destroyed by these same tabloids, David Furnish, actress Liz Hurley, and several other high-profile figures are right there with him. They're all accusing the tabloids of the same thing: years and years of criminal tactics. We're talking about wiretapping private phone lines, bugging cars with listening devices, bribing police officers and hospital staff to steal medical details, hiring private investigators to follow people's children, even paying people to go through trash and intercept voicemails. This is organised criminal behaviour dressed up as journalism. The publisher, of course, insists it's all nonsense and baseless allegations. But come on, Sussex fam, does anyone with half a brain really believe that? These papers have been profiting from invasions of privacy for decades. The phone hacking scandal already proved they were doing it. Journalists went to prison. The news of the world shut down. This isn't speculation, it's documented history. Now here's where the story gets absolutely jaw-dropping, and this is the part the palace really doesn't want you focusing on. Harry's lawyers presented invoices and internal files from way back in 2003, over 20 years ago, showing that private investigators were paid substantial sums of money to dig into the private lives of William and Kate while they were dating at St Andrews University. Let that sink in for a moment. The future King of England and his girlfriend, both in their early 20s, just trying to navigate university life and a relationship, were being actively surveilled by tabloid operatives. We're talking background checks run on Kate's family home in Bucklebury. Phone records pulled illegally when she was still just Kate Middleton, the girlfriend, before anyone knew she'd become a princess. Suspicious notes about William's 21st birthday party, who attended, what happened, private details that should never have been in journalists' hands. And yes, Kate's personal phone number was specifically singled out on a target list. A target list. Sussex fam. Like she was some kind of criminal being tracked by law enforcement. So much for the fairy tale image the media sold us. Behind those glowing headlines about the perfect royal romance, the press was stalking them, violating their privacy, treating them like prey to be hunted for profit. Now here's the real question that should make your blood boil. Why didn't we know about this sooner? Why wasn't the British public, who supposedly adore their royal family, told that their future king and queen were being hacked, spied on, and violated? The answer is as simple as it is disturbing. The palace and the press struck a deal. Protect William at all costs, even if it meant sacrificing Harry and Meghan on the altar of public opinion. This is how the system works, Sussex fam. It's not about truth or fairness, it's about control and power. Think about it for just a second. Meghan wears the wrong colour nail polish, she's attacked in 17 different articles. Harry speaks up about his mental health, he's labelled unstable, bitter, attention-seeking. Meghan protects her baby's privacy, she's accused of being difficult and secretive. But William and Kate? Always painted as the flawless heirs, their mistakes buried, their scandals swept under the rug, their privacy violations hidden away in sealed files. That's not coincidence, Sussex fam. That's not just luck or good behaviour. That's deliberate strategy. That's a calculated arrangement between the palace and the media. The heir gets shielded, protected, defended at every turn, while the spare gets smeared, attacked, and driven out of the country. And let's not forget something absolutely crucial here. This evidence about William and Kate being spied on didn't come from William. It didn't come from Kate. It didn't come from the palace press office. It came from Harry's legal team, Harry's lawyers, Harry's fight for justice. If Harry hadn't stood up and fought back against this corrupt system, if he hadn't filed these lawsuits despite all the criticism and backlash, we might never have known about the spying on William and Kate. That information would have stayed buried forever, locked away in some filing cabinet at Associated Newspapers. So ask yourself, why didn't William raise the alarm years ago when he found out he was being hacked? Why didn't he stand up and demand accountability? Why didn't he use his position as future king to expose these criminal practices? The answer is uncomfortable but obvious, because his crown depends on the tabloids. His public image is built on their favourable coverage. Without their protection and cooperation, without them running interference and polishing his reputation, his public image crumbles like a house of cards. William needs the Daily Mail. He needs the Sun. He needs the tabloids to maintain the fantasy that he's this perfect, dutiful, capable future king. And that means he can't bite the hand that feeds his image. So while Harry and Meghan were being dragged through the mud, daily racist attacks, sexist commentary, lies about Meghan's character and behaviour, William cozied up to the same press outlets that had violated his and Kate's privacy. He attended their events, he gave them exclusive access. He played the game. That's not leadership, Sussex fam. That's not integrity. That's selling out. That's sacrificing your own family members to protect your position. Let's zoom out for a moment and be crystal clear about what this really means. This isn't Harry picking a petty fight just for himself or for revenge. This is Harry standing up to a fundamentally corrupt system that has operated with impunity for generations. He's exposing an ugly truth that the establishment wants to keep hidden. The press invades everyone's privacy, indiscriminately royals, celebrities, ordinary citizens, but only certain royals get shielded from the consequences while others are thrown to the wolves and left to be devoured. William and Kate were absolutely victims of press intrusion. Nobody's denying that. Those invasions of their privacy were wrong, criminal even. But their silence while Meghan was being shredded by those exact same outlets shows you exactly where their loyalty really lies. It's not with family. It's not with truth. It's not with justice. It's with self-preservation and maintaining their position in the hierarchy. That silence isn't dignified, Sussex fam. Don't let anyone tell you it's taking the high road or being above the fray. It's calculated, it's strategic, it's choosing personal benefit over family loyalty and basic human decency. They watched Meghan be subjected to racist attacks, watched Harry be vilified for protecting his wife, and said nothing, did nothing, because speaking up might have cost them some of that precious positive press coverage. And Sussex fam, this case is only heating up. We're still in preliminary hearings. A full trial is coming, which means more leaks, more documents, more skeletons rattling out of those palace closets. Associated newspapers can keep pretending the claims are baseless. They can keep denying everything. They can keep putting out statements calling it a fishing expedition or an attack on press freedom. But the evidence of spying on William and Kate is already out there in black and white, stamped with dates and invoice numbers. What else is in those files? What other royal secrets were obtained illegally? How deep does this corruption really go? Harry's not just challenging the press anymore. He's pulling back the curtain on the dirty, toxic relationship between the British monarchy and the British media, a partnership built on mutual dependence that props up the heir while destroying anyone else who doesn't fit the script, doesn't play the game, doesn't bow and scrape. And that's exactly why Harry is the real leader in this family. Not the one who's going to wear the crown, the one who's willing to tell the truth and fight for what's right, even when it costs him everything: his titles, his royal role, his relationship with his family, his security, his home country. He's not protecting a fake image manufactured by PR teams. He's not maintaining comfortable lies. He's fighting for the truth and for accountability, no matter what it costs him personally. William could have done this. He could have stood up years ago. He had more power, more protection, more resources than Harry ever did. But he chose silence. He chose complicity. He chose to let the system continue operating as long as it benefited him. Harry chose differently. And that's why he's in California, free from that toxic system, while William is trapped in it, dependent on the very tabloids that victimized his family. So, Sussex fam, what do you think? Did William stay quiet about being hacked because he was scared of the tabloids' power, or because it was easier, more convenient, more beneficial to let Harry and Meghan take all the hits while he enjoyed positive coverage? Was it cowardice or calculation? Weakness or wickedness? Let me know in the comments section below. I always read them. And I love hearing your perspectives on this ongoing saga. And if you're here for the truth that the palace PR machine would rather keep buried, if you're tired of the lies and manipulation and gaslighting, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the next update when this story inevitably explodes even further. Share this with anyone who still believes the narrative that William and Kate are the victims and Harry's the troublemaker. Share it with anyone who needs to understand how this system really works and who's actually fighting for accountability. This is the Sussex Spotlight, reminding you lies may spread fast, They may dominate headlines. They may fool people for a while, but truth always catches up. Always. And when it does, the whole house of cards comes crashing down. Until next time, Sussex fam. Stay informed, stay critical, and never stop questioning the official narrative.